to our channel, Out of the Dark. In this video, Jen is describing an insidious narcissistic or manipulative tactic that we here at Out of the Dark haven't heard a whole lot about. We have coined it the hanging sentence.
So this short video is going to be about a tactic that I haven't heard anybody else talk about yet on their channel, but it's very, very interesting. So one way a narcissist will try to groom you to anticipate their needs is them talking with you. Could be them sharing something with you or just talking to you about something random, and they stop in mid-sentence. And so, as an empath or a codependent or a people pleaser, just a kind person, a lot of times, if not all the times, our instinct tells us to try to help them out, try to be helpful. So we finish their sentences in an attempt to try to figure out what it is they're trying to say or what they're trying to ask. It is very, very insidious. I've had friends that have had narcissistic spouses do this to them. I think I've had friends in the past, toxic friends, that have done this. My ex did it. And it's interesting because what they're doing is they're trying to train you to anticipate what they're feeling, what they're thinking, what they want done. It is incredibly, incredibly sneaky. And so what they're trying to do is get you to a point where they don't even have to say anything. You're just hopping to it and attempting to figure out what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what they need, on and on and on. So you eventually become a slave to them. And it's interesting because, us as human beings, we are built with these amazing brains that God's given us. And not that we want to be too self-focused, but we want to be focused, self-focused and introspective in a healthy way to where we can, assess our own needs, our own thoughts, our opinions, our choices, our decisions, our mistakes, the things that we want to say, the things that we want to share. And this insidious tactic, it ends up creating a person who is incredibly, if not totally, but focused on the other person, which is what the narcissist wants. They want all the attention on themselves. So if it starts out in these tiny, small, covert ways of them stopping mid-sentence and wanting you to finish their sentences, it's a way to gradually shift you into a place where you are anticipating all of their needs, all of their wants, all of their emotions and feelings, and you're not focused at all on yourself. And there has to be a little bit of healthy self-focus in order for us to grow as people, in order for us to assess ourselves and where we're at within the moment or within a day. And if all of your attention is focused on the narcissist, you're not seeing to yourself. And when you're a codependent or a people pleaser or an empath or all of those things wrapped up into one, you as this person, you're wanting to grow. You're wanting to learn. You have a curiosity to that. You have an inclination to be that kind of person. But it ends up, instead of you growing within yourself, you start growing into this person that the narcissist wants you to be. And I'm sure a lot of you have maybe heard about this or experienced it, but you end up being erased. It's called self-erasure. The narcissist ends up they just infiltrate all of your mind, all of your thoughts, every waking moment to try to anticipate their needs or whatever's going on with them, that you completely self-abandon. You're just completely abandoning yourself. It's just all focused on the narcissist, and that's what they want. So I just wanted to bring up this particular tactic because I don't think many people know this. And I've worked for a person who, it's so interesting in my own healing journey, I didn't even realize what was going on until this morning, actually, when I had another friend share that her husband that she's separating from did this in the beginning of their marriage. But my old boss, he would be in the middle of talking and just stop talking. Now, he had multiple jobs. He was a very busy guy. He is a narcissist, but it's almost like he was waiting for me to guess what he was going to say or finish his sentences. And I think I did it a few times after I had started working for him, but it got to the point where I would just sit there in silence. And in the beginning, it was very uncomfortable, but something in me told me, don't do it. Don't try to finish his sentences. Just sit there and wait for him to talk again. And that's what I do, or that's what I did. I just would sit there and in the silence, thinking that, I was kind of assuming that he was just doing multiple things at once and he just couldn't put words to what he was trying to say, which is very interesting because he was very malignant and just boasted about himself all the time and showed off his cars and his house and talk about how much money he would spend on things and so on and so forth, and just kind of flaunt it in front of me, not understanding or caring that I'm the type of person that could give a rat's patootie about money and about material things, because I had plenty of things in my first marriage with the narcissist, and by the end, material things and money just made me want to throw up. Things can't hold you, they can't pray over you or with you, they can't love you, they can't console you or comfort you, they can't encourage you or support you. So screw material things, screw money. That doesn't buy happiness. For me, relationships, healthy relationships with God and with my husband, they're my joy and my peace. And it's a joy and peace that money and things could never buy. So I'll just say that as a side. But yeah, and he continued to do it. My boss, continued to just have these long silences. Sometimes I'll ask, are you still there? Did I lose you? Because I just wasn't going to do it. I'm not going to finish your sentences, dude. So this was just a short video talking about one tactic. I'm not sure if there's a term for it. Maybe I'll have to coin a term for it. But it's very interesting and very insidious and covert how they try to mold you into a person that gets to the point where you're anticipating all their needs. And it's not just trying to finish their sentences anymore. It snowballs into them just filling up your mind and your thoughts so that all of your focus is on them and you're not thinking about anyone but them. And you're definitely not thinking about yourself. So we know in the Bible it says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And it talks a lot about, doing for others. And we should be doing for others. But this particular thing, big no-no. So if you've got this happening in a friendship or a relationship with a sibling or a parent or a love interest, please, please, please recognize it for what it is. It's a red flag. It is not your job to finish other people's sentences. It's just not. And I know the movies and books and the world, society paints this finishing each other's sentences as something that's romantic and super cute and sweet. And it can be. It can be to a degree. But just keep in mind that it could potentially be a red flag. Thanks for listening, guys.
If you have a story of narcissistic abuse and would like to share it with us in order to help others or to get advice, encouragement, or support, please send your stories to our email at outofthedark.crips@gmail.com. Until next time, we hope you are living a healthier and more life-affirming existence, and thank you for watching.